Assalamualaikum, good day. Today we will discuss on how to find the area enclosed by two curves. So let's get started by the first one. Find the area enclosed by y equals x squared plus 3x and y equals 2x plus 6 correct to two decimal places. So as you can see here, there are only two equations. Okay, this one and this one. So since the area enclosed by these two lines, so they must be the area must start at a certain point and ends at a certain point. So in order to do to find the point of intersection of both curves, we have to make it equal to each other. Okay, because this curve is something like this and this curve is something like this, so the area enclosed is somewhere here. Okay, so we have to find these 2 points. Okay, so these points are called intersection points. Okay, so we want to find that first, even before we sketch our function. Now let's let the both functions equal to each other. So 3x equals 2x plus 6. I cannot put 6. Yes. And x squared plus 3x minus 2x. So x minus 6 equals 0. And x squared plus x minus 6, 0. We can factorize this. X, 3 and 2 plus minus 2. Is it? Yes. So x equals minus 3 and x equals 2. Okay, so from here we know that the intersection points happens at x minus 3 and 2. Okay, so since this is only value of x, we need to find points. So we have to substitute back into y equals 2 minus 3 plus 6 minus 6 plus 6, which is 0. While this one, y equals 2 plus 6, 4, 6 is 10. Therefore, the intersection points is at minus 3, 0 and 2, 10. Okay, so minus 3, 0 somewhere here, and 2, 10 is somewhere here, I think. Okay, so the quadratic curve x squared plus 3x, we can factorize it if we let y equal 0. So 0 equals x squared plus 3x, x plus 3, x equals 0, and x equals minus 3. So it means that it's a curve, smiley curve. From here it's a positive, right? So it's a smiley curve that is going through 0 and minus 3. So the only possible way to do it is like this. Okay, then while the straight line is just a straight line going through 2x plus 6, going through 6. So maybe I just have a green line going from here to here. Perfect. So we have our intersection points here, 3, 0, and this one is what is this? 2, is it? Yes, 2, and it is 10. The information about 10 is not that important right now. So as we can see here, the area enclosed by both curves is this one, the one that I highlighted in yellow. Okay, so this is our A that we want to find. So from the keyword I shared with you in kuliah on how to find the area, or maybe we can move this away to the right hand side. Yes, so from the top sketching. Okay, the area is something minus something. Okay, in terms of something, the something that we want to the dx or dy is determined by the lower limit and the upper limit. As you can see here, the area started from minus 3 and ends at 2. So this minus 3 and 2 are the value of x. So we are going to integrate it in terms of x. Okay, so this minus 3 and 2 are the limits. So in kuliah previously, I shared with you the way to recall, right? Atas tolak bawah, kanan tolak kiri. Okay, what's the use of the keyword is that in here. Okay, so we can, if we want to find the integration in terms of x, so it's atas tolak bawah. Okay, what does it mean by atas tolak bawah is the function on top of the area. As we can see here, the function bound on top of A is the green line. Okay, the green line is the function, the straight line of 2x plus 6, while the line or the curve beneath or below A is the red curve, or x squared plus 3x. So we have it, then we can integrate it. So minus that 2x plus 6 minus x squared minus 3x in terms of x. Okay, and then we can simplify something. Maybe put the square in front. We can minus that, become minus x and 6 dx. Now we have simplified it, we can integrate it. So this one is x cubed over 3 minus x squared over 2 plus 6x. Then we close the integration with the limits on the right. Now we can just substitute it. Okay, over 3 minus 2 squared over 2 plus 6. Close that, and then we begin with the one with the second, the lower limit. So minus 3 cube over 3. You have to be careful with the brackets and the negative with the power and all. Okay, you have to substitute it correctly. Unless the number is positive, then I think it should be fine. So, and then minus 3 as well. So we will have over here we will have minus 8 over 3 minus 4 over 2 plus 12 minus 27 over 3 minus 9 over 2 minus 18. Okay, since the question asks for the value correct to 2 decimal places, you can just use your calculator and simplify it further, because if you mental calculate all these, you will have 1 to 5 over 6 units square. But since the question wants the answer to be in 2 decimal places, you have to write it 20.83 units square. So you have to be careful whether the question asks decimal place or exact value. If the question asks exact value, then the one that I highlighted in yellow is what does it mean by exact. But if they want decimal, then you have to write it like this: decimal, 2 decimal places. If it's 3 decimal places or 4, just follow it through. Okay, so we're done with the first one. Let's move on to the second question. Just now we have it in terms of terms of x, right? Let's do one example in terms of y, okay, from this question. So evaluate the exact area bounded by x equals y squared over 2, x equals minus y squared minus 3, y minus 2, and y equals 3. Okay, in this case, the area bounded, the fences, the boundary of the area, there are 4 of them. So for this kind of question, they might not have an intersection point that you have to find. So just proceed to the sketching part. Okay, so maybe we can revise, okay, a little bit about this. So x equals y squared over 2. Okay, if it's maybe if it's y squared, it's quite difficult for us to imagine. Why don't we start with x squared? Okay, x squared is something like this. Okay, it's open on top. Okay, if it's positive, then it's open on top. If it's negative x squared, then something like that. It's a frown face, so it's open. There's a spaces here. Okay, the opening is down here. So if it's y squared, if it's positive, then the graph should be like this. It's a curve that has an opening on the right hand side, while if it's negative y squared, it's a curve that going through origin and has an opening on the left hand side. Okay, so we can use this graphic to help us imagine on how the curve will look like. Okay, so as you can see here, the first graph is y squared over 2. So it's just a curve, a quadratic curve that going through origin that has opening on the right, like this. So this is our x equals y squared over 2. Now let's look at the second one. The second function is x equals minus y squared minus 3. So this one, the y squared is negative, so it's a curve that has, it's open to the left, but we have minus 3, so we have to shift it to the right, so it has an intersection of minus 3 over here. Okay, so we've done with the the curves, and then we move on to the y's given down here. So we just put it minus 2 somewhere here, somewhere below x-axis, and 3 somewhere here. Okay, so as you can see here, the area involved is the one that the area that we want to find, bounded by these all 4 boundaries, is the one that I highlighted in yellow. So this is the A that we want to find. So just now we have integration in terms of x, so we have to atas tolak bawah. Now if it's in terms of y, so it must be kanan tolak kiri. So our A is, if it's in terms of y, okay, in terms of y, so it's supposed to be kanan tolak kiri. Maybe just move it a bit further away. Yes, okay, kanan tolak kiri. And then since it's dy already, so the limit involved must be value of y, which is we already get here, so minus 2 and 3. So minus 2 and 3. So what is our kanan function? Kanan function is the one on the right hand side of A, or the area bounded. So it's the black one, or y squared over 2, while the kiri function, the function that on the left of the area bounded, is minus y squared minus 3, the one we just sketched before. So okay, so all are in terms of y, and the limits are all y values, so we are good to go. So 3 minus 2, open or expand the negatives, so we have y squared plus 3 dy. So the y squared, we can if you want to, it's nice already, we can integrate it. So y cube over 6 plus y cube over 3 plus 3y. Okay, so put the limits over here and we can substitute the values accordingly. 3 plus 3 is 3. So close that and then open a new one with the lower limit. Minus 2 squared 6 plus minus 2 cube over 3 plus 3 minus 3. Oh, salah. Minus 2. And then we close it. Perfect. So so for this one, we just use calculator to get the values, but bear in mind you have to you have to make it in terms of fractions. It is because the question said evaluate the exact area or the exact value. Okay, so we cannot leave it in terms in decimals. Yeah, so minus 2 cube is minus 16 over 6. Minus 16 over 6, yes. And then minus 36 over 6. Okay, so we can use a calculator to find it. We will have 195 over 6. This one is 195 is divisible by 3, 6 also divisible by 3, so we will have 65 over 2 units squared. So this is the answer, the correct answer. Okay, because the question wants it to be exact area. So I think that's all. Thank you for your time and attention. Assalamualaikum. Good day.